So, hi everybody. Thank you for introducing me. I'm the senior vet at Healesville Sanctuary, and I can't tell you how incredibly privileged I feel to sit here or to stand here amongst the Healesville community of people who care for wildlife and talk on behalf of another organisation that I feel really passionate about, and that's Animals Asia. So I was the senior vet at the Bear Rescue Centre that you all saw on the film tonight. Animals Asia is a remarkable charity to work for and to support. Their mission is to end bear bile farming across China and Vietnam, and they've made some remarkable inroads to date. They've rescued over 600 bears living in their rescue centres in China and Vietnam. And they do this by working with the stakeholders, by working with government to make sustainable change in a manner that promotes compassion and care amongst those people. The bears, as you saw, living on those bear bile farms, live in barbaric conditions. The bile is collected from them quite regularly in a range of different ways, none of which is humane. On confiscation, the bears are often suffering really serious psychological trauma from the years in those bear bile farms. They often have quite severe dental disease. Many of them are blind or have eye conditions, partially from the light, just from poor conditions and a poor diet. Many of them have lost limbs through just self-trauma or snare traps when they were caught from the wild. Then they're transferred to the bear rescue centres where they're put into quarantine initially and introduced to kindness, to a nutritious diet for the first time in their lives, many of them, to care, enrichment. When they finish quarantine, they move into a bear house where they're able to go outside and frolic and play. And I can tell you that they are remarkably forgiving animals, and they live an incredible life in their retirement. Sadly, the vast majority of those bears are not releasable due to their health or to the psychological trauma that they have. But also very sadly to the fact that there just are no safe release sites left, no safe habitat left for them in most of that area. So when they arrive and during their time in quarantine, each bear undergoes a really detailed health examination under anaesthesia. We assess the health of their liver and their gallbladder. As you can imagine, after years on bile farms, their livers are often incredibly damaged and diseased. I found a toothpick inside the gallbladder of one of those bears. Often there's some really complicated surgery that needs to be done to remove those gallbladders to allow those animals to lead a healthy life moving forwards. And that surgery is estimated to cost around $900 per bear. So every dollar counts, as we all know. For $20,000, 22 bears could go through that life-saving surgery and have an opportunity of a life, basically, a life and a kindness. There's estimated about 10,000 bears still languishing in bile farms in China, so there's a long way to go, but $20,000 would be a remarkable first start. Thank you.